So I finished the game The Last of Us Part 2 a week ago and I still can't recover from it. There are lots of thoughts on my mind and feelings that I need to express, and what can be a better way to do so if not just an in-game video to talk about it. I know The Last of Us Part 2 is a very controversial game, and many ask if it's really good and worth the high score it got from critics or not. I respect any opinion as long it comes from a logical place. If a player finished the game, spent about 20-25 hours and completed it, I respect his opinion regarding to the game. But if people just go with the flow of the rain of negative reviews without playing the game themselves and get their own personal opinion regarding to the game, that I cannot stand. So of course you won't need to agree with my opinion or the stuff I will say in this video. And that's okay, we all have different sets of things that make us joy. But please, let's keep on a pure respectful discussion. One last thing before we start. This video will contain huge spoilers regarding to The Last of Us Part 2, so if you didn't play it yet and have plans to do so, please stop the video here and come back later. This was the final warning, intro, and we are back. So before we're gonna dive into the core of the subject, I want to mention the common ground between the most of the fans. Gameplay and graphic wise, the game is tremendous. The graphics are just breathtaking and the surroundings are so vivid and alive, sometimes it looks like actual real life. And the gameplay, oh boy, pure fun. The new stealth mechanic added more options to deal with your enemies. The infected are the same ones we know from the first game, runners, clickers and bloaters, plus new kinds that introduced Stalker, Shambler and the Mighty Rat King. The new weapons were also cool, like the exploding arrows, landmines, and also the ability to upgrade them. The game knows how to divide the action so it will be intense, but give you the right amount of break in order to prepare you for the next challenge. So, what was all the complaints about? The story. The story that basically in its early stages starts like this.
Laura, all clear?
You don't get to rush this.
Joel, our beloved protagonist from the first game, the one we spent with him hours on hours, fighting both infected and humans, the one we had an intense adventure with, along with Ellie, suddenly taken from us in the most cruel way. Joel does not get a heroic death, a death where he is in Ellie's hands, saying to her his final words. No, he was beaten to death by a golf club while lying on the floor. And that's pissed off a lot of fans. And now I can get it, I can relate with it. I also felt that Joel deserves a heroic death. But this is not a Marvel universe. It's The Last of Us we are talking about. Naughty Dog are just reflecting to us how the life goes after the outbreak. Anything can happen. Also, Joel done some bad things himself. He knew that someone may come after him for what he did. And it seems like he was prepared for that.
Why don't you say whatever speech you got rehearsed and get this over with?
After this event, Ellie and the fans are ready to revenge Joel's death and kill everyone in their way. And so do I. I was part of this feeling and I didn't hesitate for a second to eliminate every infected or human that stood in my way.
Cause I know I'll kill my enemies when they come.
After a blind killing spree, I finally got to this scene.
Jesse, stand up! Hands in the air, I shoot this one too.
Don't you do it, Ellie. Get out of here.
Stand up! Now!
Don't you fucking dare!
Shut the fuck up! Fuck. Alright? Stop! Stop! Toss your weapon. Toss your weapon!
No.
I know why you killed Joel. He did what he did to save me. There is no cure because of me. I am the one that you want. Just let him go. killed my friends. We let you both live. And you wasted it.
And then, boom, blank. And all I was thinking about is please, not another flashback. Not now, it's not the proper time, not another flashback. And then, boom, another flashback. And even worse, a flashback with Abby. When she was younger and thinner? I know what you're trying to do, Naughty Dog, you naughty. I know. You want me to play as Abby, to see the other side of the coin and relate with her. Well, not going to happen. She took Joel from me, and on that I cannot forgive. So, with this saying, I started my journey with Abby redundantly. On the first couple of minutes we saved the zebra, and I thought to myself this is the oldest trick in the book, in order to make someone to emphasize with the character. The zebra is cute and all, but it's not enough. And then, the game reveals us this.
Is he still in the fucking building? Abby.
No!
Abby, don't look.
Dad! Dad! No! No!
Okay, maybe Abby has a good motive for what she did. And that is the moment I was open-minded to Abby's character. I saw her fears, her unfulfilled love due to her father's death, her concern to kids she just met. I saw her as a human. I saw in her and Lev as Joel and Ellie. And then, boom, we're here again in the same scene. I know the whole truth now, not just a part of it. And that's the first time as a gamer in a boss fight I was not so eager to hold the joystick. I didn't want any of the characters to kill the other one. At this moment, when I thought to myself that I'm about to lose Dina too, Abby looked at Lev and finally broke the circle of death. That moment I realized that every evil act Joel did in the first game had a chain reaction of bad deeds. But good deeds can be contagious too. After Abby spread on Ellie and Dina, we are getting some peace when we see Ellie and Dina with their newborn JJ in their new place on a farm. While I'm thinking that the game about to end, feeling somewhat happy with the place that the characters are now standing, the game smack you in the face and give you this. And this.
Forget about her. You're sitting all comfy way out here.
Hey,
I'll make her pay.
Tommy.
That's what you said when we got back to Jackson.
Tommy.
I literally shouted on my TV when Ellie woke up in the middle of the night and prepared to the journey to go again after Abby. Hope that Dina will be able to change Ellie's mind, but no. I'm in Santa Barbara, not after I watch Abby kidnapped by hunters. With a lot of ammo, I again eliminate whoever the F comes in my way and see Abby, thin, sunburned, with short hair. Again, Ellie doesn't give up and we enter to another boss fight, which I don't want anyone to win or lose. When she already overpowered Abby, Ellie sees a flashback of Joel and finally understands that the circle of death need to be broken, because this is the only way she truly will be able to find peace in herself. She let Abby go and return to her farm to find an empty house because Dina left with the baby, and she sits down to play the guitar, her last memory from Joe, but she can't because she lost 2 fingers on the combat with Abby. We have another flashback. Ellie then put the guitar, walk away, and the game's over. And that's another thing that got people pissed. They played hours on hours, some of them convinced that Abby should leave, and they were happy with the situation in the farm, but now that Ellie went to finish Abby, didn't do so, lost Dina, lost 2 fingers, and now she can't even play the guitar to remember Joe? What the F is this ending? And for a moment, I felt the same. And then, it got me. The first game was great, but it has a very traditional narrative. You are in point A, you need to go to point B, have fun in the way, and that's it. Allegedly we got a happy ending in the first game, but it was only on the surface. We knew what Joel did, and there was a tragedy underneath. Here, on the surface, we have a tragedy, but inside, underneath, we have hope. Now that Ellie made peace with Joel's death, she can move on and build a better life. That understanding took me by. I imagined for a moment, what if we didn't get a chance to play as Abby? Let's say we would take Abby's gun, finish her, get our revenge, and that's it. Or drown her when we overpowered her in the sea. I thought about it and got a shiver. No, that's not a proper ending for such a game. This game is a truly masterpiece in my opinion, because besides a great gameplay, it has a story that affected on me in this way. A story that, although it's not finished with a happy ending, it leaves hope for the future to come. This game wants us to hate it in some parts, because it knows that in this way we will appreciate the characters and the story even more. And that the genius thing that made me do this video. Wow, it felt so good to talk about it and just express in words what this game made me feel. It was a different kind of video. I hope you enjoy it. You are more than welcome to share your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.
I don't think I can ever forgive you for that. But I would like to try.
I like that.